busted up train. Didn't plan on losing my heart tonight, but on that greasy rooftop it all felt right. On the roof of the Waffle House, love gets loud. While Dixon's in the kitchen, we escape the crowd. He might motorboat me like a big old beast, the Lord have mercy. He smells like yeast, might not be forever, might not be clean, but on that rooftop, I'm his queen. Don't wear pride, we climb that ladder just to let it ride. No white picket fence, no wedding ring, but the way you touch me makes the rafters sing. On the roof of the Waffle House, love gets wild. While Dixon's in the kitchen, we escape the crowd. He might motorboat me like a big old beast, but Lord have mercy, he smells like yeast. Might not be forever, might not be clean, but up on that rooftop, I'm his queen. Dentures, I don't wear pride. We climb that ladder just to let it ride. No white picket fence, no wedding ring, but the way you touch me makes the rafters sing. Oh, leave the minivan, leave the 9 to 5, hop in your Beetle, let's feel alive. With Dixon, fried bacon, and a jukebox song, we found the kind of love that don't feel wrong. On the roof of the Waffle House, love gets wild. I'll do broken hearts, lost but proud. But tonight on this rooftop, he's my feast, my wreck, my home, my break routine. But on that dirty rooftop, I'm his queen. I'm his queen.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, what if any you might be. And yeah, an hour ago I went to bed. Well, I tried to go to bed, but as I mentioned earlier, good old Lindsay, the town bicycle, the honeypot, the El Taco del Pisca, no, that's El Taco de Riba, has sued Aidan Carney. I have, because Aidan shared a link. I put my glasses on so I can look at this screen instead of looking at this screen. It seems a little more personal. It's 91 pages. I don't know this for sure because I make up a lot of lies and I'm probably going to get sued just like everyone else. But I hope with all the work put into this, the only kind of lawyer that Lindsay knows, because I think she's pro se right now, so she's probably getting some legal advice for someone who went to law school, and for making 91 pages of legal documents. A lot of it is pictures of text messages. Someone better be rubbing that tattoo tonight, if you know what I mean. Yes, she has a tattoo on her. The right side of her. Yeah. A lot of it is copy paste. A lot of it. And I will say, I will be suing for damages, e.g. therapy. Why I'm saying that, you will learn in 5 minutes. Well, it's only, I think, 16 pages. But the rest is just screenshots. Krusty and her are not friends anymore. If you go Saturday night, she felt a little frisky, I think. So she put up some. I was actually thinking, should I use one of those pictures for my thumbnail? But I thought, no, this is a family-friendly show, so I shouldn't do that. Because, is that the one? Yes. This is what she put on her. I need to stop this, and then I need to share this and the entire screen, and I need to do this. Yes, this is what she put on her twit twat the other day. Also, hashtag not pregnant, hashtag checked the docket, hashtag winning. So I'm thinking she felt really good. I don't know how old these pictures are because I saw her in that white t-shirt in court. And as a fluffter myself, I like it when you fill out your shirt. Normally, I would like it more in the boobular area, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, and Grant can't beg at all. But this is what she shared the other day, and check the docket. The docket was checked today, where this counterclaim was filed. This is in relation to Aidan's. He sued her for defamation because she called him a rapist, said that he had sexually assaulted her, and called him a felon. So now we get to all of the wonderful, wonderful legalese that she herself, because she is pro se, of course, has written herself. Yes. No, she has a tattoo on her. I don't know what you. We would probably. On her right hip, she has a tattoo. Only in one of the pictures, so I don't know how old these pictures are. Maybe it's one of those. Don't think about it. Is this a better case? Well, potentially. Dave, you are a lawyer, allegedly. If a special prosecutor is running a case and one of the witnesses in that case is now suing him, will he have an ethical problem calling her as a witness? We already know Mello was taken off the suit against Aidan because he was communicating with good old LG, but now she's suing Cosgrove. So can he be on the same case? I don't know. Boobs. She doesn't have much of a boob. Any case is better than earlier. I'll try and read it in the tempo of the former judge. Aidan. I don't necessarily see a conflict of interest between a party and one case being a witness and another, or vice versa. Well, she's suing the special prosecutor who is having the case against Aidan now. So, and she's suing him because of the case against Aidan. So I'm just wondering, could that be a conflict of interest? Because then it would be in his interest to make her look as stupid as possible on the stand. I don't know. But let's see what defendants answer and counterclaim. Can we embiggen this more? No, that's not good. What did I do wrong? Sorry. Defendant counterclaim plaintiff Lindsay Gattani, pursuant to Massachusetts civil law, blah, 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 hereby answers the complaint of plaintiff Aidan Carney and asserts counterclaims against Carney and additional counter defendants Medfield Police Detective Dylan Haldeman, Massachusetts State Police Lieutenant Brian Tully, Norfolk District Attorney's Office Special Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, and Jason Broyles. All allegations in the complaint not expressly admitted are denied. Gattani asserts affirmative defense and counterclaims, including claims for contribution under MGLC 231B, as set forth below. By written agreement of the parties, this answer is due by close of business on September 5th. That's just technical stuff. That might disqualify the prosecutor from prosecuting the case against Aidan because he becomes a necessary witness to a material fact. That's an issue. Yeah, that's the by her suing Cosgrove, I see that as now she already conflicted Mello out, and now she's conflicting Cosgrove. But I'm none of us are legalized in barred in Massachusetts, so we don't know. No, she's not friends with Kate anymore. Oh yeah, let's get Brennan. Well, Dave, it's not a disaster. Not yet. I haven't started reading. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's more than happy. Father Time, he would have died before he ended the first sentence. Plaintiff's request for injunctive relief in the complaint seeking to silence Gentani's speech about her victimization constitutes an unconstitutional prior restraint in violation of the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution and Article 16 of the Massachusetts Declaration of Rights. That sounds good. Such relief is also an abuse of process as it aims to taint the jury pool in Carney's criminal case by intimidating Gentani, a victim and witness. And then she has the answers to Aidan's statements that I read earlier. She admitted her name, I believe. So then she denies where she's living. She lives in Norfolk County, not Hell Park, whatever it's called. Blah, blah, blah. Denied the statements referenced in the complaint were not defamatory to the extent they assert facts. They are true and substantially true based on the defendant's personal knowledge and experience. To the extent they express opinions, they are protected under the First Amendment. All of this is related. I'm not going to, because it's out of statement. We're going to get into it later. But this is Aidan's claim that because she called him multiple times a rapist, multiple times a felon, that is defamation. That's why he sued her. And she's now saying, I didn't do that. I believed he was that. And all of this is because she believed it is true. And she didn't slander him. The statements are true, opinion, or protected speech. The plaintiffs have suffered no cognizable damage, and any alleged harm is self-inflicted by his own public conduct and disclosures. Furthermore, Carney has stated publicly on multiple occasions that his total social media viewership has gone up since the statement and questions were made by Gentani. In fact, after the statements were made, Carney reached 150,000 subscribers on YouTube. In this regard, Carney has also publicly stated in the time since the statement was made that his income has gone up, that he is more successful, and that Carney has upcoming movie, podcast, and book deals. So that's good. Congratulations, Aidan. But he could have had more money. In reality, there should be a motion by one of the parties to stay the civil proceedings pending the resolution of the criminal one. Do you think any one of them is going to do that? I don't believe that Aidan is going to do that. I don't think LG is smart enough to do that. We're going to get to who she's suing. I've just mentioned it, but it'll be there again. Imagine Grant being your emotional support dog in court. Grant will make an entrance in this case. And she claims the same again. The defendant's conduct was neither intentional to cause distress nor extreme or outrageous. It was responsive to plaintiff's own extreme actions, including alleged sexual assault, threats, harassment, and public defamation of the defendant. Gentani's public statements were also made due to the negligence per se of state officials who disclosed the rape report in violation of law and their duty to Gentani, and because those officials failed to take action on her report, despite informing Gentani that the investigation of Carney for rape was and remains open. This was thus Gentani commenting on a matter of public concern. Indeed, on the same night, January 7th, that the restraining order held by Gentani was not renewed, Carney went on a social media live show and brought up the sexual assault allegation in question prior to Gentani discussing the sexual assault in public. Carney joked with other members of the social media show about the quality of sex with Gentani during the sexual assault. At another point in time during the public broadcast, Carney also joked gleefully about how Gaetani refused to give him roadhead on the night of the sexual assault and attempted to flee Carney's vehicle during that portion of the sexual assault. We will get into parts of that as well. The defendants restate her response, blah, blah. Affirmative defense, failure to state a claim. The complaint fails to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. That's a technical thing. I have opinion. Truth, substantial truth. All statements of facts are true and substantial true. Opinion, rhetorical hyperbole. The statements are non-actionable opinions, a hyperbole protected by the First Amendment. You are not allowed to call someone a rapist. Fair comments report the statements constitute fair comments on matters of public concern. Actual malice not proven. If the plaintiff is a public figure or limited purpose public figure, as a blogger and public commentator, he's a journalist who willfully interests himself into high-profile cases. Interests himself. Shouldn't that be inserts himself? Into high-profile cases like the Karen Read and John O'Keefe matter, he cannot prove actual malice. Furthermore, if Carney asserts his Turtleboy public persona is merely a character that he's playing for purpose of defense to Gaetani's counter-complaint, then any statement by Gaetani about such a character are per se not libelous or defamatory, as characters being played by an actor cannot be defamed or libeled, notwithstanding the veracity of the statements in question, which Gaetani asserts were true, protected opinion, or hyperbole. The problem is she mentions Aidan's name, not Turtleboy. With English being your third language, I'm impressed with how easy to use YouTube speak. It's because I've been doing this for 3 years. 3 years, you are just, I read it like that. That's the same. And it's really annoying because every time I see prosecutor, I say prosector. Brennan, you ruined me, you dirty boy. The statements are privileged as response to plaintiff's own public attacks and disclosures. Unclean hands. Don't have unclean hands when you're handling the fish taco, Aidan. Be better. The plaintiff comes to court with unclean hands due to his own tortious conduct towards the defendant. The plaintiff have suffered no actual damages, statute of limitation. Any claim based on statements prior to the applicable limitations period are barred. First Amendment, all claims are barred by the U.S. and Massachusetts Constitution protection of free speech. Alternative causation for damages, any alleged losses or harm suffered by plaintiff Carney, including reputational or economic damages, was caused not by Gaetani's statements, but by Carney's own actions, including his open felony case, e.g. indictment for witness intimidation and wiretapping, Norfolk Superior Court, docket, blah, blah. His sexual charge comments on his media platform. So you ladies, if you watch the Smex Club, you are the fault that Aidan can't claim damages because he used sexual language to all of you nasty girls. His hostile and unprofessional treatment of viewers during live streams. So when I yell at I can't sue people. His harassment campaigns targeting the family of John O'Keefe and others, and his general conduct that has alienated some potential audiences and stakeholders. The defendant reserves all right, blah, blah, blah. So that's her answer to Aidan's. So now we need to get into the part of into her counter suit against everyone. Lindsay Gaetani asserts the following counterclaims against plaintiff Aidan Carney, additional counter-defendant, Medfield Police Detective Dylan Haldeman, Massachusetts State Lieutenant, Massachusetts State Police Lieutenant Come on, Grant. Massachusetts State Police Lieutenant Brian Tully, Norfolk District Attorney's Office Special Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, and Jason Boyles, collectively with Carney, the counter-defendants. Jurisdiction and venue are proper in this court, as these claims arise from the same transaction or occurrence as the original complaint. The court has personal jurisdiction over Broyles, a resident of Connecticut, pursuant to MGL 223A, transacting business in the Commonwealth by regularly traveling to Massachusetts to attend court hearings related to Carney's cases and directing online activities and posts at Massachusetts residents and audience. And 3, causing tortious injury in the Commonwealth by acts or omissions outside the state, including defamatory or privacy invading posts that harms a Massachusetts residents. Fuck, I can be sued in Massachusetts as well. Well, they have to pay to extradite me. Such jurisdiction comports with due process under the U.S. Constitution, as Broyles has purposefully availed himself of the privilege of conducting activities in Massachusetts, e.g., attending Massachusetts court proceedings and targeting Massachusetts-based legal matters and audience via social media, creating minimum contacts with the forum such that he could reasonably anticipate being hauled into court for harm arising from those activities. See Ticketmaster New York v. Eliotto, upholding jurisdiction over out-of-state defendant for defamation directed at Massachusetts via statement to Massachusetts newspaper under long arm and Calder effect test. Hugh v. McNeil, upholding jurisdiction of out-of-state defendants for defamation causing foreseeable harm in forum under effects test. Burger King v. Rodsevich, Calder v. Jones, jurisdiction proper where out-of-state defendants direct tortious acts of foreign residents with foreseeable harm in forum. Chen v. Huang, jurisdiction, blah, 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 website. Gattani asserts that the governmental counter-defendants Haldeman, Tully, and Cosgrove are liable under the Massachusetts Tort Claims Act, MGL 258, and that presentment letters were sent on September 5th to the town of Medfield, the Massachusetts State Police, and the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office in compliance with MGL C258, paragraph 4. Alternatively, any further presentment requirement is waived or excused due to ongoing violations. Interesting thing. Don't they have a judicial protection against suits like this? I don't know. Lindsay lives in Norfolk County. Aidan lives in Holden County. Worcester, however you pronounce it up there. Additional counter-defendant Detective Haldeman is a detective with the Medfield Police, located in Medfield, and acted under the color of law at all relevant times. Brian Tully is a lieutenant with the MSP, assigned to the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office and acted under the color of law. Special Prosecutor Cosgrove is a special prosecutor with the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office and acted under the color of law. Jason Boyles is a resident of Bristol, Connecticut, who regularly travels to Massachusetts to attend court hearings related to Carney's criminal cases and direct social media posts about Massachusetts-based legal matters at audience in Massachusetts. Facts common to all counts. On October 14, Carney sexually assaulted Gattani. The assault began at Mick Morgan's bar in Norwood, where Carney engaged in non-consensual sexual contact in a public area and a pubic area, because he was finger-banging her at the bar. While driving Gattani from the bar to her home in Medfield, Carney attempted to elicit Gattani to perform moral smacks on him, Roadhead, in Carney's words. Gattani fled Carney's vehicle, or is it Kearney? I'm not sure. on an active roadway to avoid doing so, whereupon two passerby intervened and attempted to rescue her. Carney then prevented those two passing motorists from assisting Gaetani, forcing Gaetani back into his car, and then transported her to her apartment, where he engaged in further non-consensual sexual intercourse while Gaetani was impaired and unable to consent. Carney recorded the encounter without Gaetani's knowledge or consent at the time. I don't know if it's because she might have had her new mother-in-law helping her write these papers, but all of this has been debunked by the Popo, right? We're gonna read because that's part of her explanation as well. But she claims to this day that she was raped by Aidan, even though the text messages said that, oh, I couldn't remember it went that bad, and oh, I'm just so sad I didn't do better or something like that. I can't remember how it was. Oh, I have to look out. Allegedly, a whole lot Minecraft, so I don't get sued. Connie. Yeah, Wendy. Carney's action during the drive, preventing rescue and forcing Gaetani back into the vehicle, constituted false imprisonment, as Gaetani was confirmed against her will without legal justification, causing her fear, humiliation, and physical restraint. Good thing this is a civil suit because, oh my God, if she was doing this in a criminal case, could get her in trouble. As a direct result of this additional incident, Gaetani has incurred further medical expenses, e.g., therapy for trauma. I won't read it every time she's mentioned she needs medical expenses. Her effing therapy is every single thing. Her waking up in the morning incurred further medical expenses, e.g., therapy. I can't with this woman. Suffered increased reputational damage, fear of public disclosure, endured heightened pain and suffering, e.g., flashbacks, anxiety, and incurred legal expenses. On December 14th, so we're jumping from October 14th, November 14th, and now we are at December 14th. So 2 months, she didn't really feel all of these problems. On December 14th, during an interview with Tully and a private investigator, Nelson de Cueva, regarding Gaetani's knowledge of Carney and other matters, Gaetani's first reported the assault. Tully urged her to file an official report, but Gaetani declined out of fear of retaliation. On December 22, Tully and the investigator served Gaetani with a grand jury subpoena unannounced. On December 22, Carney was invited to Gaetani's home after Gaetani received the grand jury subpoena related to Carney and Karen Reed. Carney declined that invitation. During that day and into the morning of December 23, Carney began a series of harassing communication towards Gaetani. Carney sent Gaetani highly sensitive judicial documents and made other implied threats until Gaetani provided information to Carney. Then Carney told Gaetani he would visit her the next day, December 23rd. No, it should be the December 24th because you just said into the morning of December 23. The next day would be Christmas Eve. On the morning of December 23, again, your timeline is wrong. Carney asked Gaetani to install the Signal app application, an app that Gaetani understands is used for the purpose of encrypted communication. Remember, anyone who has anything encrypted are nefarious. So everyone who uses Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Snapchat, every standard email provider out there are engaging in nefarious activities because all of them are encrypted. The difference is Signal's encryption hasn't been broken yet by law enforcement. Carney, after those series of messages and attempts at coercive control, appeared at Gitani's home, demanded to see her phone, threatened retaliation if she testified before the grand jury, or refused to comply with Carney's demands, took notes from her phone, wrestled her for the notes, and pushed her onto a couch. During this exchange, Carney told Gitani that she could legally delete all information on her phone, just like Brian Albert, because no preservation order had yet been served by prosecutors on Gitani. So just like Brian Albert. When Gitani asked Carney what she should do if the grand jury, if asked about the deleted information, Carney told Gitani to say she did not remember when asked those questions. Carney then offered Gitani a lawyer and said he would be willing to pay for it to help Gitani. However, in the same breath, Carney informed Gitani that he could not trust her any longer as she had spoken to the Popo. And in turn, Gitani would only be permitted to meet with the lawyer with Carney present. Gitani declined all of these offers from Carney. Question for the lawyers or law interested in the chat. What she just said was collusion to hide the truth in front of a grand jury. Right? So when she testified that Aidan did all of this, they of course sued. They indicted him with trying to hinder the grand jury. Correct? Is that what happened? Because she just told the court that Aidan was trying to coerce her to lie to a grand jury. That's illegal unless you are one of the McCabe's. Then it's okay because can't remember everything, right? How many FBI agents are in your house? How many people did you call? It happens. But when she then testified to the grand jury, she did, of course, tell them that, yes, I know you want me to talk about Aidan and Karen Reid's collusion. I have no knowledge of that, but I do know that Aidan threatened me not to testify in this case and told me to delete evidence. Because that would fix her problem right smart. Believe they tried, but it didn't work. Well, if you're telling me this was said in front of a grand jury, we don't know what was said in front of a grand jury because that's always secret. But they couldn't prove collusion between Aidan and Karen Reid. But if this is statements that Gitani have given the grand jury that Aidan forced her to try and hide the truth, and she had all of this evidence against him. Yeah, and let's not forget Baby Clay. No, her and KP are done with each other. That's go look at her Twit Twat. She just came back to Twit Twat. One of her first posts was, "Kate, you hung up on me today," and she put up a screenshot. Yeah, there's no true bill of this because if this happened right before she testified in front of a grand jury, of course she told the grand jury that Aidan was trying to hinder justice. Maybe. On December 24, Gitani reported assault and battery and witness intimidation to Brian Tully. Tully then called Medfield police. Medfield police then called Gitani and informed her they would be visiting her apartment, along with a lot of other guys. At that point, the Medfield police took a police report. A bolo was issued for Carney, and an emergency restraining order was sought by Gitani and granted on Gitani's behalf against Carney. This is when Aidan goes to prison. On December 26, Carney turned himself in and was sentenced to 90 days in jail due to a sustained finding of Carney violating his existing bail condition on the December 23 felony charges. On January 8, the original restraining order was extended for a further term of 1 year. Gitani testified before the grand jury on February 1 and February 22. On February 23, Carney was released after 60 days instead of his initial 90 days term due to statutory limitations and indicted for witness intimidation and illegal interception of oral communication. Jemima, did you hear that part? She's writing something in the Discord. Because remember, he is also accused of wiretapping her. Around February 28, Gitani was summoned to Medfield police regarding a false accusation by Carney that Gitani wiretapped him by recording smacks without consent via home security cameras. During the interview, police demanded to view all intimate videos and photos on her phone of Gitani and Carney. That's why we don't send dick pics, which she provided under duress. In explaining an example of Carney's own secret recordings, Gitani described the October 14th assault along with 2 other occasions on which Carney had recorded Gitani doing a sexual act. Gitani mentioned that the recording from October 14th stood out due to the events of that night. Gitani then described the events of the night of October 14th to the Medfield police officers. At that point, police paused the interview and informed Gitani that what she had just described was a sexual assault. Gitani begged them not to pursue charges at that time due to the fear of retaliation, including Carney's threats to release intimate videos prior to Massachusetts revenge corn law, although the law does apply ex post facto for civil claims. But he didn't release it, so it doesn't matter. Gitani was never charged with wiretapping. In the following days or weeks, Gitani informed her victim's advocate and Medfield police that she had changed her mind and wished to cooperate with the criminal process against Carney for the sexual assault. Gitani also provided video and text messages evidence to the Medfield police. The police confirmed receipt of that evidence and Gitani's desire to pursue charges, but provided no updates. On April 13, Carney publicly announced on YouTube, episode 654, that Medfield police was investigating him for rape, calling it a lie. This was the first public mention of the allegation initiated by Carney himself. On August 8, an individual using the alias Haley Valbrecht, later revealed as Jason Broyles, acted on Carney's behalf, posted Gitani Files Part 3 online, including an unredacted confidential police report of Gitani's assault allegation. The Gitani Files was a multi-part blog series created by Broyles for the purpose of targeting Gitani on behalf of Carney. Of course, she has evidence of this. The post was explicit and graphic in nature and contained lies about Gitani, mischaracterized the events, and falsely claimed police concluded no rape occurred. This was the first time that Gitani had been exposed to the details of her own rape report. On or about 2024. That's a little bit of a hey, beautiful messy ball. On or about 2024. So 23, 24, 25, somewhere around there. Where's the recording of that interview? You know they don't do recordings. Come on now. It's Massachusetts. Yeah, don't be silly. Yeah, she doesn't have an active bar license. They were all court records she didn't want released. Well, fuck that, because the police fucked up. On or about 2024, and prior to releasing the unredacted sexual assault report on or about August 8, 2024, Jason Broyles posted a series of blogs and videos titled The Gitani Files Part 1 and The Gitani Files Part 2 on his platform, which targeted Massachusetts audience and aligned with the objective of Carney's Turtleboy Daily News and YouTube channel as to targeting Gitani with false and defamatory statements. In turn, incited Broyles and Gitani's audience to engage in a large-scale harassment campaign against Gitani. It's all of you fuckers. You hated that poor town bicycle. I might have talked about her having cankles in that photo from The Bachelor. But that's because I'm an asshole. These blogs and other public statements by Broyles contain numerous false statements about Gitani, including but not limited to accusations of fraud, false statements about Gitani being a fake victim of domestic violence, fabricating her sexual assault allegations, and engaging in criminal or immoral conduct, all of which were made with knowledge of their falsity or reckless disregard for the truth. Broyles' Gitani Files posts include a massive campaign of public harassment against Gitani, with his audience and Carney's followers engaging in online and real-world attacks, including threats, derogatory comments, and public shaming to the benefit of Carney's efforts to discredit Gitani as a victim and witness in his criminal case. As a direct result of Broyles' actions, Gitani suffered severe emotional distress, further reputational damage, e.g., loss of credibility in her community, like she ever had any credibility, with law enforcement and with the courts, medical expenses, e.g., increased therapy costs, pain and suffering, and legal expenses to counteract the harassment. Hey, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Baker, I love the glasses. So smart and handsome. Oh, I love it when you lie. It's my old glasses, so I can hardly read. Thank you so much. I'll buy me a new throat tomorrow. Pain and suffering and legal expenses to counteract the harassment. On August 10th, Carney admitted on YouTube that he provided the report to Haley for posting. The unredacted Grape report was then posted with malice and in a manner designed to humiliate Gitani. Several comments by Broyles and others on those social media posts included language calling Gitani a slam pig who got railed from behind. Who says stuff like that? At least be a little bit creative. You could have asked if he did the one finger bowling ball grip, or if it was more of a pounding or rocking motion. Who says she got railed from behind? Come on now. Thank you, Vice Baby. Baker's new throat front. I am the throat goat after this. But thank you so much. That doesn't even make sense. The one-handed bowling ball, it's when you poke the chocolate eye. Yeah, what music was playing? Is this the honeypot that's been posting half-naked pictures all over Twitter? She only posted 2. It's not all over Twitter. Yeah, is Mongo's cage been put together? Slam pig railed. When describing the video of Gitani being graped, Carney and others cropped screenshots related to Gitani's communication with Carney prior to and following the grape. Those actions further tormented Gitani. On November 12, Gitani emailed Tully reporting further harassment and inquiring about the lack of charges or updates on the assault investigation. There was no response. Take a hint. It's kind of like when your boyfriend ghosts you. On November 15, Gitani emailed Tully again, forwarding, I can't say that now, screenshots from a woman named Christina Mecchi, I don't know, who had been a former acquaintance of Carney, showing Carney's message falsely describing the assault video, e.g., claiming Gitani was standing and yelling explicit phrases, which was untrue, and threatening Machete for believing Gitani. Carney defamed Machete in a blog and threatened her that she should delete her social media accounts. Machete has not been heard from since. That's what happens, girl. You'll sleep with the fishes. Carney has similarly harassed others who have defended Gitani. Medfield police informed Gitani that all future reports from Gitani regarding Carney were to be directed to Tully. Yeah, they got fucking tired of you too, just like Kerry Roberts. At that point, Gitani expressed to Tully fear for her safety due to escalating harassment, e.g. death threats. No response was provided by Tully. He's just not that into you, girl. On November 27th, Gitani emailed Tully detailing further harassment, including threats from Broyles, e.g. don't make me accelerate, it's not going to be good for you, and a YouTube video, episode 613, where Carney threatened to sue anyone calling him a rapist, implying Gitani, depose them and use it against them in a criminal case. Gitani expressed terror and reluctance to testify. No response was provided by Mr. Tully yet again. Gitani, in fact, emailed Tully multiple times between October of 2024 and December of 2024, and no response was ever provided. On January 7th, the renewal of the restraining order was denied. Almost like they don't believe you, girl. That night, on YouTube, Carney falsely claimed Gitani's legal fundraiser was fraudulent and that she only paid her lawyer $1,500 of $8,000 charged. In fact, Gitani paid the lawyer in question $6,500 from an $8,000 retainer and was refunded $1,500 for the balance owed to her. Ms. Gitani then retained a second lawyer related to a series of Rule 14 and 17 requests from Mr. Carney's lawyers in the context of his ongoing criminal case in Norfolk Superior Court. Ms. Gitani is the named victim in two of those open felony cases and a named a named victim in two of them and witness other interested party in 10 of Carney's other open felony indictments. The balance from that retainer and a further $2,000 was then paid to the second attorney. In sum, Ms. Gitani's total legal expenses related to matters involving Mr. Carney has exceeded $15,000 to this point in time. That sum is expected to continually increase as Mr. Carney's various cases and the instant matter proceeds. Carney's false statements about Gitani's legal fees and fundraising was published to a wide audience via YouTube, a platform with thousands of viewers. I don't do that well. And were intended to impugn Gitani's integrity, accuse her of fraud, and further damage her reputation. These statements was made with actual malice, as Carney knew and recklessly disregarded the truth, e.g. Gitani's documented payments to her trainers. As a direct result of these additional defamatory statements, Gitani has suffered further reputational harm, e.g. accusation of fraud affecting her community standing and credibility as a victim, emotional distress, medical expenses, fucking therapy, pain and suffering and legal expenses, e.g. to counter false claims. On January 8, Carney filed his lawsuit. At undated points, Carney falsely told a Boston Magazine reporter accompanying him to Medfield police that Gitani illegally recorded him without consent, leading to his bogus wiretap complaint. Carney repeated this lie in blogs on YouTube, claiming she hid cameras and shared videos. Untrue. Gitani repeatedly contacted police about the result investigation, provided witnesses' names. Police confirmed it was active as late as January 2025, but refused her formal request for the report due to an open investigation. Love is in the air. On one visit with Gitani's friend Grant Ellis, who was permitted to attend as emotional support. She called your friend Grant. Well, you probably wrote it yourself. Grant, baby. 2-3 years more where you do this for her and you will taste that fish taco. Medfield police, why put this in there? It doesn't make sense. This is Grant writing this, I think, because then it's not defamation, because this doesn't change anything. If you take this part of the sentence out. On one visit, Medfield police discussed the case. On another occasion, the Medfield police cited insufficient prongs for date rape charges based on a 15-second video clip of Carney's sexual assaulting Kitani. It wouldn't change anything. Why, Grant? I don't know the town bicycle, but I've seen who she hangs out with. Aidan Carney is a guy with a little bit more confidence than being the emotional support animal that she brings to a police station. Frank, I don't know, but he seems like he can tell her, fuck off, Lindsay, I'm tired of you. So let me make a prediction. You will never, ever get into that lady's panties if you're the good guy. I know she is probably saying, well, oh, you're so nice and you're so sweet. I always wish I fall for a guy like you. She's never going to fall for you, Grant. I love that you self-inserted yourself into it, because now you're a witness in this case as well, because you were at the police station, and Aidan can call you to confirm this is true. But, Grandy, my boy, ladies always say they want the nice, solid guy. And I know you're a good guy. You're a fucking weedhead. You're absolutely ridiculous. But deep down, you're a good guy. You're not going to slam that taco. It's never going to get your sour cream on top of it, because she doesn't like good guys. What reputation? Yeah, that's the biggest question. After all of, one, I'm going to sue her for needing therapy, for reading all of the therapy she's going to need. And then I think we should do a class action to see if we can find her reputation at any point have been above town bicycle or slam pig. How you doing, Mike? Yeah, that's what they say, and then they'll go right over to the guy that's an asshole. No, I'm not drinking, my lord. Well, so this is written by Grant because there's no reason to put in that he was her emotional support. She sounds like the reason we need to bring back asylums. Oh, she's not that crazy. On another occasion, the Medfield police cited insufficient prong for date rape charges based on a 15-second video. I read that. Detective Haldeman later refused additional evidence, e.g., babysitter screenshots, witness names. What does babysitter screenshots mean? So, did your babysitter take screenshots, or is it the babysitter cam screenshots? Remember, you stated earlier that you didn't record any videos with hidden cameras. But what does that mean? Yeah, of course he wanted everyone to know, because 4 or 5 more years and he is gonna drape all of his sour cream right on her fish taco. Refers to an exhibit, they're fucking wild. Her emails to Tully. We're gonna get to them, Sleuthy. Yes, you can only get it. It's from Chicago. We are reading Lindsay Gattani's lawsuit against everyone. Oh, the text with her babysitter. Oh, Okay, I thought that it was the babysitter cam. Thank you, Sleuthy. You're always up on the homework. I read it and I said, fuck it, I'm going live. And blamed the DA for improbably releasing the unredacted report to Carney. Then in 2025, Medfield police yet again changed course and informed Ms. Gitani that the grape investigation was still open. The status of that grape investigation, to Ms. Gitani's best knowledge and belief, is still open as of the date of this filing. As on January 13, Ms. Gitani received a voicemail from Medfield Police Detective Dylan Haldeman, wherein Haldeman reached out for the purpose of obtaining more information from Gitani about the night of sexual assault. What? Up here, police confirmed it was active as late as January. And then Grant goes to visit the police with her. And then they go back and say it's still open, but it's open the entire. No, then they say it's not open. What? When is this visit with Grant where they tell her that there's not enough evidence? And then they say, well, it's still open. I don't know. Gitani only went public to counter Carney's lies about her as a fake victim after he disclosed the allegation and spread the report and out of context crop text that contains sexually explicit messages. Carney's actions, including assault, threats, public disclosures, false accusations, and harassment campaign, were intentionally extreme and outrageous, causing Gitani severe emotional distress, fear for her safety, and harm to her reputation and privacy. All false statement by Carney was made with actual malice, knowing their falsity, or with reckless disregard of the truth. The sexual assault investigation based on Gitani's report to law enforcement remains active to this day, as confirmed by Medfield Police as recently as January 2025. That's not recently. So you can't say it's ongoing because you haven't had it confirmed since January 2025, and you say they're changing their minds constantly. So that's not confirmed. Gitani was denied a copy of her own report due to an open investigation and privacy concerns. Under MGLC 41, paragraph 97D, reports of rape and sexual assault are confidential and not public records. They must be maintained in a manner assuring confidentiality. Additional statutes, including MGLC 233, paragraph 20J, confidentiality of victim counselor communication, and federal privacy protections, impose duties on law enforcement and prosecutors to protect witness information. Despite the active investigation and confidentiality requirements, Special Prosecutor Cosgrove improbably released Gitani's unredacted sexual assault report to Carney and or his attorneys as part of discovery in ongoing criminal proceedings against Carney without redaction or protective measures. This release violated MGLC 41, paragraph 97D, and Gitani's privacy rights. Detective Haldeman informed Gitani that the release was a screw-up by the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, acknowledging it should not have occurred without redactions, even if the investigators were closed. If the investigation was closed, which it was not. Haldeman was involved in the investigation, including interviews, evidence collection, and communication about the report status, yet failed to prevent or mitigate the improper disclosure. Lieutenant Tully was directly involved in Gitani's initial report on December 14, 2023, the subpoena service on December 22, 2023. What? What? Gitani's initial report on December 14th. Oh, that's the first time she mentions the grape. Oh, I was just wondering what the hell that report was about. The subpoena serviced on December 22 and subsequent grand jury proceedings, Tully ignored Gitani's multiple emails November 12, 15, 27, 2024, reporting harassment threats and requests for updates on the assault investigation, breaching duties to protect the victim and maintain confidentiality. Multiple further emails were sent by Gitani to Tully after November 27. Tully's inaction contributed to the ongoing harm and allowed leaks. The counter-defendant's actions, releasing the unredacted report and failing to safeguard confidentiality, enabled Carney to publicly disclose and mischaracterize the report, e.g. via Haley on August 8, causing Gitani severe harm. These acts were negligent, reckless, and intentional, violating statutory duties and privacy rights. As a direct result of the counter-defendant's conduct, Gitani has incurred medical expenses, e.g. therapy exceeding $5,000, suffered reputational damage, e.g. public ridicule, and lost opportunities. Girl, you never lost any opportunities. Endured pain and suffering, e.g. anxiety, depression, PTSD. Oh, go fuck yourself with that stupid PTSD. And incurred legal expenses, e.g. over 10,000. Why didn't you put it at 15,000? You had it at 15,000 3 pages ago. How can I remember your lawsuit better than you can, Grant? On October 15th, the day after the sexual assault on October 14th, Carney sent Gitani a video recording of the non-consensual sexual intercourse from the previous night, which he had recorded without her knowledge or consent at the time. This dissemination was without Gitani's permission and caused her shock, humiliation, and fear, heightening the trauma of the assault. I can't do that word now. This video was sent during the conversation in which Carney sent Gitani text messages confirming that Carney knew Gitani was too drunk to have sex on the night of October 14th. In further text messages, Carney described the sexual acts he committed against Gitani during the video in question. And you answered and you liked it, you little slutty lutty lut. Oh, allegedly. I'm not going to get subpoenaed in this case. Well, if they'll pay for my travel. Can I? How much does American pay to? I'll fly over. I'll take economic plus at. I can't sit on an economy. I need economy plus at least. I'm a fat guy. Between and maybe a week to prepare my statements and all of that. If you're subpoenaing me. Oh, isn't that nice? Yeah, but he never got charged with harassment on that. So that's not what they did. Well, we're going to get to that later, yes. Oh, yeah, we got to that now. Between October and December, after Gitani attempted to end her relationship with Carney, Carney sent Gitani a video of himself threatening to commit self-deletion by throwing himself into traffic because Gitani would not answer Carney's text message or phone calls. This act was intended to manipulate and coerce Gitani into maintaining contact, causing her severe emotional distress and guilt. When you told Aidan that you were going to take your sexual byproducts, wake them in the middle of the night, dump them in a car, go to his driveway, and have a smorgasbord in his driveway, was that to coerce him or maintaining contact over him? Could that cause severe emotional distress and guilt? Sometimes I don't think you're thinking your arguments through. Because you, young lady, well, not that young, you got some miles on you. That's why the tire tracks are showing wear and tear. But he has you on video, not video, he has you on tape yelling that you're gonna unalive a baby that's never existed in his fucking driveway, and you claim there's no distress, that you didn't cause any harm, tu es retardé. She's a projection machine. She is. Carney's act of sending Kitani the non-consensual recording and the suicide threat were part of a pattern of coercive control, harassment, and emotional manipulation, violating Kitani's privacy and exacerbating, heightening her harms. I can't say that fucking word right now. As a direct result of these additional acts by Carney, Kitani has incurred further medical expenses. More therapy. Suffered increased reputational damage. You didn't have a good reputation to begin with. Fear of further dissemination. Endured heightened pain and suffering, flashbacks, panic attacks, and incurred additional legal expenses, consultation, and on privacy protections. Jason Broyles, using the alias Haley Valbrecht and X handle at HW on your case at first and then via HW on your case 2, acted as a proxy for Carney by posting defamatory and privacy invading content about Kitani on various dates and times during the year 2024. On August 8, 2024, Broyles posted Kitani Files Part 3, including an unredacted confidential police report of Kitani's sexual assault allegation. Broyles' blog post contained lies about Kitani, mischaracterized the events, and falsely claimed police concluded no rape occurred. Carney admitted on YouTube on August 10th that he provided the report to Broyles. Although Broyles resides in Bristol, he regularly travels to Massachusetts. Blah, 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 blah. She said that before. Broyles has openly stated on social media his involvement in specific Massachusetts court cases and his advocacy for victims therein, targeting Massachusetts audience with posts about Massachusetts-based legal matters, residents, and corruption allegation. Broyles' action, including the August 8 post, were intentional or reckless, made in concert with Carney and caused Kitani severe harm, including emotional distress, reputation, blah, blah, blah. As a direct result of Broyles' conduct, Kitani has... I'm not going to read that anymore because it's always the same things. Oh, public ridicule, aka fake victim. Endured pain and suffering. Yeah, we heard it before. Carney operates a large media platform, including a YouTube channel and the Turtleboy daily news blog with thousands of subscribers and viewers, reaching a wide audience across Massachusetts and beyond. I should put this background on when we're talking about Aidan. Boom, boom, boom. Where is it now? Is it style? No, it's not. It's media assets. Where the hell is it? There it is. You can support the defense fund. Audience across Massachusetts and beyond. Carney posts and videos include those defaming Kitani and disclosing her private information have been viewed by tens of thousands, amplifying the harm to her reputation and personal safety. As a direct result of Carney's defamatory statements and disclosures through his platform, false claims of fraud, wiretapping, lying about her assault, lying about Kitani's status as domestic violence victim, Kitani's reputation has been severely damaged in her community and beyond. Yeah, because your drug abuse didn't do it. And beyond, to the extent that she's reasonably fears she will not be believed if she reports serious crime to the Popo, undermining her ability to seek protection or justice. Carney's actions, including his assault, non-consensual recordings, and public campaign of harassment, have violated Kitani's sense of safety and security, causing her to live in constant fear of further retaliation, public exposure, and physical harm, particularly given her status as a victim and witness in Carney's criminal cases. The foregoing actions has caused Gitani additional severe emotional distress, medical blah, 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 the same as always. Carney, through his large media platform, including his YouTube channel and Turtleboy Daily News blog, with thousands of subscribers and viewers, have publicly announced his intent to taint the jury pool in his ongoing criminal case by silencing his victims, including Gitani, a named victim and witness in those cases. Specifically, Carney has used his platform to intimidate and silence Gitani along with other victims through public harassment and by requesting injunctive relief in this civil action to prevent Gitani from speaking about her victimization with the ulterior motive of influencing potential jurors in his criminal case and undermining the integrity of these proceedings. That's a fucking stretch. How is he supposed to dirty the jury pool? They don't give a fuck about a town bicycle who's getting sued. This is stupid. Carney's actions, including his request for an unconstitutional injunction in the complaint, constitutes an abuse of process as they are designed to suppress Gitani's protected speech, intimidate her as a victim and witness, and prejudice the fair administration of justice in Carney's open criminal cases. As a direct result of Carney's jury pool tainting efforts, didn't he say that as a very clear joke in one of his shows? What? Didn't he? I believe I actually woke up one morning where he was sitting and talking about it, because his show normally starts at 3 a.m. my time. And if I'm going to the toilet or something, I'm always just checking up. And as I remember, I think he said it in a clearly joking manner. I might be wrong. No, sorry. Sorry. As a direct result of Carney's jury pool tainting efforts, Gitani has suffered additional severe emotional distress, fear of retaliation, further reputation, blah, blah, blah. Public perception as an uncredible victim, medical expenses, no, pain and suffering, blah. At various times in 2024, 2025, Carney labeled Gitani a fake victim and undermined her credibility as a survivor of abuse. Carney's false statements, amplified through his large media platform, caused Gitani's direct economical harm. Your EBT card didn't get filled by the state? I would love to see. Can I ask people who are local, what economical harm has Aidan's statements caused her directly? I can never ever remember anyone had talked about she was working. What job has she lost because of this? Wasn't she, like the rest of the Ratchets, isn't she just a welfare queen? Yeah. I just can't see. In April 2024, Carney attempted to appeal a section of the restraining order obtained by Gitani, which prohibited him from publishing documents about Gitani. Carney lost that appeal before a single justice of the Supreme Judicial Court, confirming the prohibition of his dissemination of such sensitive information. After Carney lost that appeal, Carney made a statement on his YouTube show encouraging others to post the documents anyway. Carney's failed appeal was part of his broader campaign to harass and intimidate Gitani, further violating her privacy and causing her severe emotional distress as it prolonged her exposure to public scrutiny and fear of further disclosures. As a direct result of these actions, Gitani has incurred additional medical therapy, all the thing. Any alleged loss of harm suffered by Carney, including reputational or economic damages, as claimed in his complaint, could very well have been a result of Carney's own actions, including his open felony cases, indictment for wiretapping, witness intimidation, restraining order, his sexually charged comment on his media platform, his self-identification as a Smex cult leader. Yes. This has now been filed in court. Who runs a Smex cult every Thursday night. Carney's mock sexual interaction with a child's doll while live on air. Don't do that. Carney's stated preference on air for preferring sexual relation with cats to dogs. Aidan. What? Carney's public pronounced that pedophilia is a kink that is okay. No. There's only one cure for pedophilia, and it is... Where the hell? Here he is. The only cure for pedophilia is Lord Chippy. It's not a kink, it's a disease. And this is the cure. And he's going to run extra slow. As long as someone doesn't act on it, Carney's remarked that many women enjoy grape fantasies, which is a proven fact. Look at all the Smexy books, it's always a little grapey. Carney's admission in court under oath that he made revenge porn of previous girlfriends other than Gitani. They didn't sue him, you can't talk about that. Posting a video on social media wherein Carney, in front of an elementary school, proclaims himself as Smex gobbling. His hostile and unprofessional treatment of viewers during live stream, his harassment campaigns targeting the O'Keefe family and others, and his general conduct that has alienated audience and stakeholders. The only problem with that argument, my dear child, is that 22 pages ago, you testified that Aidan couldn't demand any reparations from you because he was growing. So even though he has a very harsh style, he was still growing. So you can't claim that if he lost anything, it was because of his behavior. You can't have it both ways. Either he has a growing empire, or if he lost something, it was because of himself. The counter defendants are joint tortfeasors. What the hell does that mean? How do you pronounce that? Tortfeasor. A tortfeasor is a person or entity who is found to be responsible under civil law for an injury caused to another person or entity. That's a fine word. She didn't know that word. As their conduct collectively caused indivisible harm to Gitani, including emotional distress, reputation, blah, blah. We have heard all that before. All statements in the foregoing are true and correct to the best of her knowledge and belief. Gitani has not consented to any recordings or dissemination of sexual assault in question and fears further harm. Count 1, assault and battery. On October 14th, Carney intentionally and offensively touched Gitani without consent by engaging in sexual contact at Mick Morgan's bar and sexual intercourse at her home while she was impaired and unable to consent. Police doesn't agree. On October 14, Carney intentionally and offensively touched Gitani without consent by engaging in that non-consensual sexual contact in Mick Morgan's bar, attempting to elicit oral smacks during the drive home, attempting to prevent Gitani from exiting Carney's car, pursuing Gitani when she was eventually to escape the car. Oh, when she escaped the car, he followed her, preventing her rescue and forcing her back into the vehicle, and then engaging in non-consensual sexual intercourse at Gitani's home with Gitani while she was impaired and unable to consent. But you did have the video where you showed you were active, and being active and participating is implied consent, at least in Denmark. On December 23, Kani intentionally and offensively touched Gitani by wrestling her for notes and pushing her onto a couch during his visit to Gitani's home. Why doesn't she mention they banged at this one too? Is it because it really ruins her story about how she suffered from that sexual intercourse that she didn't participate in, but she banged him on the 23rd? Nah, never mind. These acts constitute assault and battery under Massachusetts law. As a direct and proximate result, Gitani suffered blah blah. Wherefore, Gitani demands judgment against Kani for compensatory damages in an amount to be determined at trial, including but not limited to medical expenses, pain and suffering, emotional distress, reputational damage, legal expenses, and other relief that the court deems just. Count 2, false imprisonment, home incident. On December 23, during his visit to Gitani's home, while spending hours going through Gitani's phone while Gitani was under duress and coercion, she fucking called him over. She was the one who took him to the room because they met in a public area to begin with. Kani confined Gitani against her will by demanding her phone via the use of threats and blackmail, e.g. private court documents, threatening retaliation, wrestling for her notes, and physically pushing her, preventing Gitani from resisting Kani without fear of harm. Funny enough, he didn't confine her when they were banging. Yeah. I thought she had a job moving refrigerators. So she did lose her job. I was wrong. I'm going to be subpoenaed. As a direct or proximate result, Gitani suffered emotional distress, blah, blah, expense therapy. Fucking that therapy. Gitani demands judgment, medical expenses, more. Count 3, false imprisonment, vehicle incident. On October 14th, during the drive from McMorgan's bar to Gitani's home, Kani confined Gitani against her will by attempting to elicit oral smacks during the drive home, preventing her escape from the vehicle, blocking intervention by 2 passerbys after she fled the vehicle, and forcing her back into the car to transport her to her apartment. Blah, blah, blah. Want money. Count 4, intentional infliction of emotional distress against all counter-defendants. The counter-defendant intended to inflict emotional distress and or knew should have known their conduct would cause it, including Kani's assault and disclosures, and the additional counter-defendant's improper release and handling of the confidential information. Their conduct, blah, 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 beyond all bounds of decency. It violated victim confidentiality laws, ignoring pleas for protection, and enabling public harassment. So give me money. Kani's additional conduct, including sending the non-consensual rape video and suicide threat video to Gitani, was extreme and outrageous, intending to inflict distress through manipulation and coercion. I can't wait for her to give her explanation how that is coercion, but her saying, I'm going to smart a kid in front of my kids in your driveway, is just something a rational woman would do. She apparently have used more than $5,000 on therapy, because she mentioned it all the fucking time. $5,000. This woman doesn't have salt to an egg, as we say in Denmark, because you need a little salt on your eggs. And she has used $15,000 on lawyers. Well, 10,000. There are 2 different amounts listed here. And she has spent in excess of $5,000 on therapy. But she's also on EBT. How can she have somewhere between 15 and 20,000 and use that on expenses? I hope IRS knows that she had all that money, because that could be kind of a problem if she has spent $5,000 on therapy out of pocket while receiving EBT benefits. Couldn't it? I don't know the tax laws in Massachusetts, but I think, isn't it if you can, you pay for yourself? She's on mass health along with all her children. Yeah, that's the thing. You can bang after a smotion pill are taken. No, they banged before and then she wanted to smart. She also gets housing. She is really a piece of work. She pays for nothing. I'm amazed she thinks she has a good reputation. Yeah, and what economical damages did she receive? EBT doesn't care about your reputation. Asset risk resolved. Pay me. Carney's additional false statements about Katani's legal fees and fundraising were extreme and outrageous, intending to further humiliate and discredit her, raising her distress. Sorry. These false statements by Carney also prevented Katani from being able to successfully fundraise for the purpose of defending herself against the lawsuit. But you raised the money. You got the $8,000 for the first lawsuit. So why couldn't you successfully fundraise? You stated earlier that you did pay your bills because you fundraised. I know Tweedledee and Tweedledum most likely helped her, which is going to be really fun because as a lawyer you have to disclose if you do any work like this. But it's like everything else from that side. They're saying A and then they're claiming it was B, they said. But if we go back and it says A, they will still claim it was actually C. You did fundraise. You got $8,000 that you paid in retainer for your lawyer, and you got money back, and then you paid another lawyer. How much was it? 5,000? As a direct result, medical expenses. Carney's additional conduct, including forcing Katani back into the vehicle after her escape attempt during the drive, sending the non-consensual grape video, and self-deletion threat, was extreme and outrageous. As a direct result, money. The counter defendants intended to inflict emotional distress or knew should have known that conduct would cause it, including Carney's assault and disclosures, the additional counter defendants' improper release and handling of confidential information, and Broyle's publication of the unredacted report and defamatory content as Carney's proxy. Their conduct was extreme and outrageous beyond all bounds of decency, as it involved violating victim confidentiality laws, ignoring pleas for protection, enabling public harassment, and targeting Katani with harmful posts while actively participating in Massachusetts proceedings. Severe stress, give me money. The counter defendant's action, including Carney's use of his large platform to amplify defamatory harassing content, were extreme and outrageous, intended to cause or recklessly causing severe emotional distress, particularly by undermining her credibility and safety as a victim. More medical expenses. Public statement on his platform announcing his intent to taint the jury pool by silencing Gintani, including through unconstitutionally injunctive relief, constitute extreme and outrageous conduct, intentionally or recklessly causing Gintani severe emotional death. Why haven't they filed a lawsuit against Aidan Carney for threatening this witness? Because she's not one of the witnesses that he there's no witness intimidation charges for any of this, what she's stating here. Yeah, they get to look into all of her medical bills now. She will have to show all of her bills, to show all of these extra expenses she have given. As direct result, medical expenses, Broyles' publication of the Gitanis files, part 1, 2, 3, containing false statements and inducing public harassment. Severe blah, give me money. Carney's promulgation of libel and slander labeling Gitani a fake victim and his failed appeal of the RO provision prohibiting publication of documents constitute extreme and give me money. Wherefore, Gitani demands judgment against the counter-defendants jointly and severally for compensatory and punitive damages in an amount to be determined at trial, plus interest, cost, and other relief as the court deems just. Count 5. Negligent infliction of emotional distress against all counter-defendants. Counter-defendants, especially Tully, Haldeman, and Cosgrove, owed Gitani a duty of care to protect her confidentiality and well-being as a sexual assault victim under common law MGL C41, paragraph 97D, and other statutes. They breached this duty through negligent release of the report, failure to redact, ignoring harassment reports, and improper handling of sensitive information. This breach approximately cost severe blah blah, give me money. Carney breached his duties through negligent or reckless act, including the unauthorized recording and dissemination of the intimate video and the coercive self-deletion threat to Gitani, give me money. Carney further breached his duty through reckless false statements about Gitani's legal fees and fundraising, foreseeably causing her emotional, give me money. Broyles breached his duty through negligent or reckless act, specifically Broyles breached this duty through negligent release of the report and Broyles' negligent or reckless publication targeting Gitani and designed to reach an audience in Massachusetts. Give me money. Carney breached this duty through negligent acts such as failing to obtain consent, making reckless public disclosures, filing baseless complaints, and forcing Gitani back into the vehicle. Give me money. The counter-defendant's negligent actions, including Carney's reckless use of his platform to spread falsehood, foreseeably caused Gitani severe emotional distress with physical manifestations. Give me money. Reckless use of his platform to announce jury pool tainting and seek unconstitutional injunctive relief foreseeably caused her emotional and physical distress. Give me money. Broyles' reckless publication of false statement in the Gitani files caused her distress. Give me money. False statements labeling her a fake victim. Give me money. Wherefore, Gitani demands judgments against the counter-defendants jointly and severally for compensatory damage in an amount to be determined at trial, plus interest, cost, and other relief as the court deems just. Count 6. Defamation, libel, and slander against Carney and Broyles. Carney made and published false statements of facts about Gitani, including she illegally wiretapped him, was fired from her prior job for using drugs, labeled Gitani a fake victim of domestic violence, claimed Gitani hid cameras to record sexual activity, shared intimate videos, committed fundraising fraud, lied about the assault, and harmed actual victims. On January 7th, Carney falsely stated on YouTube to avoid audience that Gitani's legal fundraiser was fraudulent and that she only paid her lawyer $1,500 of an $8,000 retainer, when she in fact paid him $6,500 and was refunded $1,500 with additional payments to other attorneys, totaling over $1,500 of legal expenses related to Carney's actions. These statements are defamatory per se, accusing Gitani of crimes and moral turpitude, not if he believed they were true at the time. They were made with actual malice as Carney knew or recklessly disregarded their falsity. Carney was aware of Gitani's payment through legal proceedings or failed to make basic fact-finding efforts to obtain those facts. That is the same as you claiming he's a felon and saying, well, I just thought he was that. He can use the same defense for that one. As a direct approximate result, give me money. Broyles made or published false statements of facts about Gitani, including that she illegally wiretapped Carney by way of hiding cameras to record sexual activity, that Gitani shared intimate videos, that she committed fundraiser fraud, all of the same, published on YouTube, slander, blogs, libel, and proxies. These statements are defamatory per se, accusing Gitani of crimes and moral turpitude. They were made with malice, blah, blah, blah. Give me money. Broyles' publication of Gitani files contained false and defamatory statements. Give me money. Carney's false statements labeling her a fake victim. Give me money. Wherefore, Gitani demands judgment against Carney and Broyles jointly and severally for compensatory damages in an amount to be determined at trial, including but not limited to medical, pain and suffering, emotional, reputational, legal expenses, and other relief the court deems just. Count 7. Invasion of privacy against all counter defendants. The counter defendants invaded Gitani's privacy under MGLC 214, paragraph 1b, by disclosing private facts about her sexual assault. The unredacted report details to Carney, without consent, portraying her in a false light, enabling Carney's fake victim narrative and intruding upon her seclusion, leaks against her wishes. I guess she has some leaks now and again. It's never the cream pies you want. These acts were unreasonably highly offensive and violated confidentiality laws like MGLC 41, paragraph 97D. As a direct result, Gitani incurred medical expenses. Give me money. Carney further invaded Gitani's privacy by recording the sexual assault without consent and disseminating the video to her the next day, constituting an unreasonable intrusion upon seclusion and disclosure of private facts. Give me money. The counter defendants invaded Gitani's privacy under MGLC 2214, paragraph 1b, by disclosing private facts about her sexual assault, the unredacted report via Broyles' post, portraying her in a false light as a liar fake victim, and intruding upon her seclusion, leaks, and publication against her wishes. Broyles' actions directed at Massachusetts amplified this invasion. These acts are unreasonable, highly offensive, and violated confidentiality laws like MGLC 41, paragraph 97D. Give me money. Carney further invaded Gitani's privacy through the coercive confinement during the drive. Give me money. He used his large platform to disclose private facts and portray her in a false light. Give me money. Platform-driven campaign to taint the jury pool by silencing Gitani further. Give me money. Broyles' Gitani files post further invaded her by portraying her in a false light. Give me money. Carney's attempt to publish documents about her and his failed appeal of the RO further invaded her privacy by threatening disclosure of sensitive information. It was already released, I think. Give me money. Wherefore, give me money. Count 8, abuse of process against Carney, Cosgrove, Haldeman, and Broyles. Carney, Cosgrove, and Haldeman initiated or facilitated legal process, discovery release, wiretapping complaint with ulterior motives, intimidation, enabling public disclosure, and without proper cause or safeguard. I don't know how she's going to prove that. We'll see at the end what it says. Oh my. Yeah, maybe we should raise some funds for Aidan. Maybe we should call that girl in New Jersey and ask if she can make Baker wants to contribute to Aidan's Defense Fund t-shirt. Give me money. These abuses caused Gitani harm, including emotional distress. Carney's false statements about Gitani's legal fees and fundraising was part of his broader abusive process, leveraging his criminal defense proceedings to defame and intimidate her. Broyles' of the Gitani files and unredacted grape report constitute the abuse of process by using public platforms to intimidate and taint the jury pool in Carney's criminal. I don't know. All of this seems like a big old mush pot. They wanted to. They started the legal process just so they could hurt her. Well, give me money. Count 9, malicious prosecution against Carney. Carney initiated a criminal process against Gitani wiretapping complaint without probable cause and with malice, retaliation for her assault report. The process terminated in Gitani's favor, no charges filed. As a direct result, Gitani suffered emotional distress, blah, blah. Carney's appeal for the RO provision prohibiting publication constitutes abuse of process and was pursued with the ulterior motive of harassing Gitani and prolonging her exposure to harm. Give me money. Count 10, violation of Massachusetts Civil Rights Act against Haldeman, Tully, and Cosgrove. Haldeman, Tully, and Cosgrove acted under the color of law, interfered with Gitani's rights under the Massachusetts Declaration of Rights, privacy, due process, by threats, intimidation, and or coercion, including improper disclosure of confidential information and failure to protect from harassment in violation of MGL C12, paragraph 11H, 11I. I would love to see the threats and intimidation and coercion. Give me money. Breach of statutory duty, negligence per se against all counters. The counter defendant breached statutory duties under MGL C41, paragraph 97D, and related laws by failing to maintain confidentiality of the sexual assault report. The breach was negligence per se, approximately causing Gitani's harm. As a direct result, Gitani give me money. Breached the same law, related laws, blah, blah, blah. Broilers further breached it by publishing it. The breach was negligent per se. Give me money. Count 12, violation of MGLC 272, paragraph 105 on lawful dissemination of visual material against Carney and Broyles. On October 15, Carney knowingly disseminated visual material depicting Gitani in a state of nudity or engaged in sexual conduct, the non-consensual recording of the assault without her written consent in violation of MGLC 272, paragraph 105, Massachusetts Revenge Porn Statute, effective as of the events or applicable retroactively for civil remedies. Carney's dissemination was intentional or reckless with the intent to harass, coerce, or intimidate Gitani. As a direct approximate result, Gitani gave me money. He shared it with her. She was participating in the sexual act and then later figured out when he left her that, oh, by the way, I was raped. This is such bullshit. Carney and Broyles knowingly disseminated visual or written material depicting Gitani in a state of nudity or engaged in sexual conduct. Details from the report and related post without her written consent in violation of MGLC 272, paragraph 105. Written material depicting her in a state of nudity or engaged in sexual conduct. It's a police report. It depicts what they saw in the video and why it wasn't rape. The dissemination was intentionally or reckless with intent to harass, coerce, or intimidate. Blah, blah, blah. Give me money. Count 13, violation of MGLC 272, paragraph 99, illegal wiretapping interception against Carney. On October 14, Carney secretly recorded audio video of Gitani doing private, intimate activity without her consent and disseminated it the next day in violation of MGLC 272, paragraph 99. This interception and disclosure were willfully without legal justification. As a direct and proximate result, Gitani suffered privacy invasion, emotional distress. Give me money. Question. When she claims that on the October 14th, he he made a video of her without her consent. How about implied consent? Because had they ever recorded themselves in a sexual act before that, could he infer that there was a ongoing consent for that? How are the rules? Yeah, that's what I see is a little bit of a problem. Um, but if they, let's say, every time they had smacks, or every other time they had smacks, they videotaped it. Aidan says that he's a big fan of sending the Richard pictures to ladies. I don't understand it, but because nothing is more ugly than the mushroom, the meat mushroom. But if this was an ongoing thing, she probably also sent him pictures, sans clothes. So did they have one of those relationships where they were trying to titillate each other by doing stuff like that? Then all of that will then come in to prove there was an ongoing thing with these videos. It wasn't a new thing. It wasn't, he had an implied consent to it. No, he did the. Well, you couldn't see my phone. So he was the one, but he looked at the camera and participated. And I don't know how your rules are. We just changed our consent rules 3, 4, 5 years ago, but implied consent is still a thing. So let's say I can't find mini bender. Let's say you are LG and you are here. You're in bed, you're sleeping, you don't do anything, and I'm a virgin, I don't know how it works. So, but you're sleeping, you don't do anything, you're passed out drunk. You can't give or imply consent. Let's then say you're doing this. You're wrapping yourself around him and pushing. Again, I'm a virgin, I don't know how it works. Then you have implied consent, because if you are participating, making motions or sounds that implies that you want to participate, you don't have to say yes please, because you have with your actions showed you're ready to do it. I don't know how your rules are. I'm whacking off Bender. Carney intentionally or recklessly conducted a public harassment campaign against Gitani through his large media platform, including YouTube and Turtleboy Daily News, with thousands of viewers, by publishing defamatory statements, disclosing private facts, and encouraging public ridicule, knowingly or recklessly disregarding that such action would cause emotional distress. The conduct was blah, 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 beyond all bounds of decency. Give me money. Carney's public statements on his platform announcing his intent to taint the jury pool by silencing Gitani. Give me money. Carney's false statements labeling her as a fake victim. Give me money. Invasion of privacy, false light against Carney. Carney, through his large media platform, intentionally or recklessly portrayed Gitani as a false light before the public by publishing false statements, accusing her of fraud, lying about her assault, labeling her as a fake victim, misrepresenting her character, knowing or recklessly disregarding their falsity. These portrayals were highly offensive. Give me money. And this fucking appeal of the RO and his false self, you say it all the time. Give me money. That's all of it. Jury pool tainting against Carney. How can she sue on behalf of... Oh, fuck, I'm not showing it. How can she sue on behalf of jury pool tainting? Carney initiated the civil action, including his request for injunctive relief, with the ulterior motive of tainting the jury pool in his criminal case by silencing Gitani, a victim and witness, and intimidating her from testifying or speaking about her victimization. This use of legal process is improper and constitutes an abuse of process under Massachusetts law. Give me money. Count 17, intentional infliction of emotional distress, public harassment campaign against Broyles. Broyles intentionally or recklessly published the Gitani files containing numerous false statements about Gitani, inducing a massive campaign of public harassment through his platform, knowing or recklessly disregarding that such action would cause severe emotional distress. This conduct was extreme and outrageous beyond all bounds of decency, as it targeted Gitani's credibility as a victim, incited harassment to benefit Carney, and exacerbated her fear of disbelief by authorities and laws of safety. As a direct approximate result, Gitani suffered, give me money. 18, contribution against all counter defendants to the extent Gitani is found liable of any claim in the original complaint, which he denies. The counter defendants are joint tortfeasors. How did you say it? Tortfeasor, whose conduct contributed to the alleged harm. Under MGLC 231B, paragraph 1, Gitani is entitled to contribution from them in proportion to their fault. Alternatively, if Gitani prevails in her counterclaims, the counter-defendant shall contribute to any joint liability as determined by the court. Give me money. Demand for a jury trial. Respectfully submitted, Lindsay Gitani, pro se, P.O. Box 23, Westwood, Massachusetts, 02090. So, no lawyer have participated in this document. If this is true, Lindsay Gitani is approximately the best law student. I've seen Sarah Boone, and I've seen what she can get to. Again, tortfeasor, what feasor in Danish is farting. If you know words like that, you're not pro se. This, well, she probably e-signed it or something like that. Yeah, and she probably needs help with that. We are going to go through her exhibits as well, but I'm just saying, Jemima, correct me if I'm wrong, but this isn't legal. Hey, I'm just writing something stupid. This is, you can say what you want about the claims, but it is formulated like you would as a lawyer. Probably not so for you, definitely. What? Sarah is a legal eagle. She is. They don't teach you how to write pleadings like this in law school. Now, you need some experience. A lot of it is just repetition, but still, you need to figure out what statutes can you put it under. It's not just, hey, let me write. It's 47 pages. And then we get into being fake pro se only works in writing, not when you have to appear in court and argue anything. No, but it's also, it is formulated like a lawyer wrote it, someone who has practiced and has templates. Yeah, that's the thing. And as Jemima instructed me, if a lawyer did help her write the answer and didn't file proper notice of said assistance, they would face discipline, as it's against the rule to ghostwrite pleadings without the limited notion. even if Wendy isn't a practicing lawyer, she can get in trouble if she did this. How much experience does she have with suing people? Not a lot. She has a lot of experience in restraining orders. ChatGPT won't do this. Actual lawyers get in trouble by using ChatGPT because ChatGPT doesn't know case law. They'll just make case law. It's not ChatGPT. ChatGPT is they will get that. Um, and then we get to the affidavit of Lindsay Gattani. The facts from paragraph 7 to 84, common to all counts. It's just the crying. Lindsay Gattani, sworn to and subscribed before me on the 5th day of September. It's just affidavit signed by a notary and then certified. Let's get to the exhibit. Exhibit A. I do not own a firearm for that very reason. I've struggled with mental health issues and don't trust myself around one if I had a crisis. Okay. What's this? Replying to Denise Tut, real nurse Kim, and the young jerks. You sound mad. I don't care what she's doing. I have nearly sold out show at the Wilbur and a major doc and movie coming out. I'll make sure to thank her for making me who I am in the doc. That's to prove that he has a movie coming out. So he has no. All of this is to show he doesn't need any money because he made so much money. He had um, no damages. I signed a very lucrative movie doc and book deal a long time ago. I'm not looking for a payout. I have made and will make plenty of monies independently. You are correct, though. I would be more than happy with a thank you. Talking about, I think, because of the Karen Reed, we have almost sold out the mezzanine. These are all recent Twitter posts to show that that he hasn't had any economical harm. This is movie coming. I guess the cat is out the back. Movie coming. What the hell is this? Uh, this is partial transcript. Karen Reed case. Bombshell dropped at final pre-trial hearing with the Laguna show. Oh, so that's some YouTube show. I'll tell you how this happened. She watched every second of my show along with the fake victim. They're best friends now, basically the same person. They're both, DCF moms with bad drinking problems and pathological liars. I think she's just watching my show obsessively and realized, oh, wait, she could probably tell you the last time the dog was seen on one of my live streams. She's like, man, that's 3 live streams in a row without the dog. So she's gonna make up a lie about the dog being dead, start this rumor, and try to force it out of me. Like, where's the dog? That's all that was. She's also saying, and this is the newest lie they're coming up with, that the rape word is coming. That the rape word is coming up. They are saying it, and I've been told they are gone to Medfield police and made that allegation. Obviously, this is false. This is a fundraising opportunity for them because we are attempting to get this order amended. That's all it is, a fundraising opportunity to get an attorney. Nothing else has changed, but it's pretty sick and perverted. And yes, Katrine, unfortunately, they are now making that allegation. That's how sick these people are. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. I mean, this is just another lie from them. I'm told that they went to the police and made an allegation against me. That's how desperate they are. It went nowhere. Like, that's how effing desperate they are. These people lie. These people lie. So this is when he stated it himself. And this is to Lindsay Gattani. You are hereby commanded Commonwealth of Massachusetts to appear before the grand jury. So this is her summons to the grand jury. These are the Broyles Gattani files. She I'll be honest, she cleans up well when she wants to. I can see how Aidan fell for her. Ask Marissa if someone else always takes picture of their stuff instead of just uploading it. No, she's not suing Mello. Mello became a witness. Why can't she have exhibits like everyone else? Go look at who always photographs stuff instead of uploading it like PDF files. It's not AI. AI would not write it like this. To the trolls in my DMs somehow insinuating the materials were shared with me inappropriately or that I watched the tape of Aidan and Lindsay having smacks, you should apologize to both Aidan and myself for your further defamatory comments. When I wrote, I can confirm the video does not show a circumstance like that, referring to the fact that Carney did and there's an N missing sexually assault Gattani. I wasn't implying that I watched the tape. I can unequivocally say that I did not. However, Sergeant Dylan Haldeman of the Medfield Police Department said that did and memorialized it in the attached police report. At approximately, I can't see that, but this is the police report about the sexual encounter. I want to see this one down here because that's where the text message is. Why the hell can't we see that? If I take my glasses off. Gattani was approximately 21:30, had come to the file a report that he had been secretly recorded while having sexual intercourse with his ex-girlfriend, Lindsay Gattani. Carney was interviewed by Deputy Chief Barry McGrady and Officer Frank Thrain. Carney provided Deputy McGrady a copy of alleged text messages and showed him a copy of the video in question. I was assigned as lead investigator of the incident on 28th of February. During the course of the investigation, I contacted Lindsay Gattani and had her come to the station for an interview at approximately, I think it's 5:10 p.m. Gattani arrived at the station. Gattani was interviewed by Officer Daniel Beal and I at the department's interview something. Gattani was provided her Miranda rights from a department standardized form, and she stated that she understood signing the form as well. During the interview, Gattani began to I can't make that out about an incident that had occurred on the 14th of October with then boyfriend Aidan Carney. Gattani stated that she went out with Carney to McMorgan's restaurant on Walpole. Gattani admitted to consuming too much alcohol, stating that the evening was blurry and that she blacked out. Gattani admitted that Carney had also been drinking alcohol. Gattani stated that the only she could vaguely remember was that she had a verbal altercation with Carney upon leaving the establishment regarding him asking for roadhead, uh, oral sex while operating a motor vehicle. Gaetani stated she remembered asking Carney to pull over the vehicle so she could exit, but that he refused. Gaetani stated that some point she pretended to throw up so that Carney would pull over, which he did. Gaetani stated upon exiting the vehicle, she attempted to walk away and was being held by a, I don't know, couple. When Carney yelled at them and yelled at her to get back in the vehicle, Gaetani stated that the next thing she remembered was waking up in the morning naked in her bed. Gaetani stated that Carney was also naked laying next to her in the bed. Gaetani stated that Carney informed her they had sexual intercourse and showed her a video of them having sex. So all the times she just wrote that he sent her the video the next day, she was actually lying next to him in bed. That does make sense. Gaetani then showed me several of the text messages between her and Carney regarding the incident in which Carney admitted questioning whether they should have sex or not. Gaetani admitted to Carney that she did not recall having sex, and Gaetani apologized to Carney for being intoxicated. Gaetani provided me printed copies of the messages between Carney and herself where they discussed the incident on 4th of on 0304 2024. Gaetani arrived at the station, signed a department something form, and brought to the State Police Norfolk District Attorney's Office for download. Gaetani, I hate that I was too drunk to even enjoy or remember you fingering me at the bar. You don't remember that? I did it for 20 minutes. Oh, you dog. Yes, you must definitely. I love watching you, F. Lol, it was crazy. We were doing the thing where you had your legs wrapped around me and I was holding you up and effing you i- in the what? In the six? That can't be right. In the ass? Oh, in the air. And then you just kind of fell backwards and your head was hanging over the floor, but my Richard was still in you and I just kept effing you. Oh, really? Were these people still in the bar? How did no one notice? Oh my God, I'm so mad at myself. You make one of my fantasies come through and I don't even have memory of it. Uh, yes, Auntie Bev and them were right. Yeah, Auntie Bev and them were there, right there the whole time. I might even be doing it in that picture. Oh my God, lol. Did I refuse to give you Roadhead last night? Yes, I think that was what set you off, actually. You're kidding me. Lol. Only thing I can think of. You were also really mad. That woman asked to take a picture with me, I think. But it's fine. I don't want to dwell on it. Although I would have liked the Roadhead. I don't think about those. I don't think those were the reasons, really. Ugh. Loved sound very uncharacteristic of me. I can't read that. Very uncharacteristic, especially after you got fingered into oblivion at the bar. There was one point where your back was to me at the bar and I was fingering you from behind. We kept leaning into each other and pretending to whisper. No one had any idea. Stop, are you serious? How do I not remember this? Did you roofie me? Lol. What's the last thing you remember? That girl, Katie, and her boyfriend coming over to sit with us and then going into the bathroom with her and her crying in the bathroom with me telling her about her abuse and with me telling me about her abusive ex. I don't remember even coming back out of the bathroom, nor being back out at the bar, except for you saying that lady looked like Auntie Bev. Don't remember going to the car or most of the car ride. Just vaguely remember getting out and walking down the street. Don't remember coming back here or anything else for the rest of the night. I don't remember having smacks with you whatsoever. I never forgotten chunks of the night before, even when I used to drink heavily in the college. I was still able to recall everything that happened. I'm just getting old. Lol, I really didn't think I drank that much. I wasn't sure if we even should have smacks. But you flipped the switch like none of it happened when we got back. Really? I don't know. I wish I could say what set me off, but I don't even remember. I know that sounds like an excuse, but I really can't fill in the blanks. It's been bothering me all day. As soon as I opened my eyes this morning, I saw my dress on the floor and so assumed we had sex, but zero recollection. I mean, I don't care. I just wish I could remember it because it take away all the fun not being able to remember a single thing we did. And I only remember getting out of the car, so I thought that's why you were mad at me. I didn't remember saying any of those things you told me about, so I had a feeling I was in trouble, but I legitimately thought it was just from me getting out of the car. That's why I was kind of making light of it, telling you not to be mad at me. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was really hurt. I didn't know what to say, but knew you were wasted. I was able to review the video from the alleged incident in which Gitani can be viewed standing, bent over, wearing a purple dress around her waist, while it appeared that Kani is standing behind her, penetrating her vajaya from behind. At one point in the video, Kani, who appears to be holding the recording device, moves the camera so that his face is clearly visible in the video. There is no reference to Gitani's or Kani's intoxication, and it does not appear that Gitani loses consciousness at any point. It should be noted that Gitani has repeatedly suggested that she does not wish to pursue charges for any of the aforementioned facts. So, this is the statements that she was claiming that it was so clear that she was being raped, and she still believes there is a rape case ongoing. I was hurt because she doesn't remember. Yeah, she wanted because she likes having smacks, so she's sad she can't remember it. Yep, but again, why did she knew this? We have heard these messages before, so she knows it's out there. Not Haley. That's weird because I'm the one who released the police report from Medfield. I think you reveal how little you actually know about. This is to Krusty Panties. You know about the law every single time you post. I will give you props for being an expert at violating it, though. Congrats. Uh, Replying to Brett, Bassa, and Krusty. This is great. Did you say bend over slam pick? Were you just trying to set this up for me, Brett, or what? How smart, you toothless degenerate. You just described her getting consensually raised perfectly. Railed, sorry. It appeared that Kani is. Yeah, that's the part about banging her from behind. Lindsay Gattani to Brian Tully. Here he is claiming he is writing another harassing article about me tonight, intending to intimidate me like the others, simply because he said I commented in a chat on YouTube stream of Kate Peters. He is trying to intimidate me from speaking at all, whether in court, online, in the media, anything, or else I get threatened with more harassing articles. He is inciting harassment from thousands of people by telling them that I set up Aidan Carney, that I put innocent men in jail, that I've lied about being raped. Now, because of his article, thousands of people believe his lies and attack me on a daily basis. I'm scared for my life and the life of my children. All it takes is one crazy person to believe his lies and decide to take matters into his own hands and unalive me. Am I supposed to testify in court? That could potentially in court that could potentially send someone to jail. I'm scared. Why is nothing being done about this? Why is there no charges being brought? This man is committing crimes against me and it's being ignored over and over. It's causing me significant emotional harm every single day. Jason Boyles was outside the Norfolk County's DA's office yesterday for the protests, again inciting a crowd to harass me, as he named in his speech where he pretended to be a victim's advocate. Aidan is now telling people that in the video he took of me without my knowledge or consent to have smacks, that I was standing up yelling, "Fuck me, daddy." This is unequivocally false, as the Medfield police watched the video in question and wrote a report. Not once do I say that. In fact, I don't even mother a single word. And I'm not standing, I'm holding myself up, clearly unable to without assistance. That's not what it said. It said you're bent over and getting rammed from behind. Him spreading these lies is inciting his mob to further harass me, calling me a fake DV victim and a fake rape victim, which is enraging people and causing them to harass me horrendously. Jason Boyles has teased the fans, telling them to stay tuned because there's much more to come, and I'm sure you've heard about what they did to my children and their school and what was sent. What did they do to her children? Well, if it's consensual, it's fine. If they have an ongoing relationship where they do it, can't know. I'm beginning to wonder if there is any investigation even happening. I haven't had any updates or answers or acknowledgement. Meanwhile, Kate is getting charge after charge for completely fake manufactured crimes. It should not matter what county you live in. The laws are the law. They should not be allowed to continue this intimidation. Aidan also said my restraining order better not be renewed on his Facebook video this morning. It wasn't. I'm scared to death. What will happen to me if I testify? Look at what they are doing now. It's been a year of this terrorism with no signs of stopping. I don't know if it's a good idea threatening the cops that you are not sure you're going to testify, because they're just going to haul your fat ass into the courtroom.
I like turtles.
Christina Michetti. Anyone know who she is? I've never heard that name. I think he bitched out. He did tell me this about Lindsay, though. Please don't share. If you're getting it while you're standing up and she's calling you daddy, it's not rape. And a screenshot of something. Yes, she remembers it all, and the video doesn't lie. How can the video tell if she was blacked out or not? Neither does the police report. Because she's standing up against the fridge yelling, "Fuck me, daddy." It's in the report. I'm not an asshole, I'm not, but why does screaming "fuck me, daddy" make it consensual? Oh my fucking. Screaming "fuck me, daddy" makes it consensual because you just told daddy to fuck you. Who's she writing? Who's this idiot she's talking to? Claring Woods Emmers? No, this is the Machadi whatever chick. It makes it consensual when you're saying, "Oh, daddy, harder." That's not, "Hey, please stop. I don't want. Auntie Red is on vacation. We can't do it tonight." How? Because she's standing up telling me to fuck her. Standing up. Oh, that's Aidan who talks to someone. Blacked out. She wasn't blacked out because she was standing up talking to him. Oh, it's Aidan's account. Oh, I didn't know. It's one of his banging. It doesn't matter if you're standing or sitting. Oh, well, the police disagree, so do actually grape survivor. She's harming with her lies. Keep defending people who lie about grape, though. This is all going to look great. Oh, sorry. All going to look great for you. Your girlfriend agrees that having sex with someone while they are standing up and calling you daddy makes it consensual. You can make me look however you want. Are you retarded? Are you are you actually trying to imply that if she's saying fuck me harder, daddy, she actually means please don't do anything to me. I have Bible studies in the morning. I need to get to bed. Oh. Sometimes I don't answer when people write me. It's because I don't want DMs like this yet. Oh my fucking god. You don't like what I'm saying, so it's bye. I'm not sure I'm convinced you should go to Dale for you. I don't know who that is. Another one to Brian Tully. Good morning. Recently, an account called Karen Reed Guilty posted a picture of Aidan Carney's face from a widely posted video from years ago where he's engaging in a sex act. An account called Kit Kat Nurse 95 then responded and wrote, Bit Liga? I don't know. Loved it. Apparently referring to AK's ex-girlfriend. Can do so and implying that someone missed Aiden's penis or smacks with Aiden. The same account, KitKatNurse95, then commented again and posted, just for your information, apparently that's also what Lindsay Gattani misses. In posting this comment, she tagged me, so I was alerted to a vile comment. I don't know this person at all, or at least I don't think I do, because she runs this account anonymously, as do most of Aiden's fans who harass me unprovoked, but this account has said other vile things to me in the past. I then responded to her comment on 11/25/24 and wrote, you are a nurse and you joke about a great victim missing her rapist on a picture of him in a sexual act. You are filth and should be ashamed. You also deserve to have your nursing license stripped. This person has wrote unprovoked comments about my friend Carrie Lama, that idiot, in the past who is also a nurse, and said that Carrie's nursing license should be revoked for no reason. So that's makes it okay you say it. Fuck you. Anyway, about 12 hours after my response to Kit Kat Nurse 95, Jason Boyles wrote a post that is in the attached picture as well. In his post, he attached screenshots of my comments and then mentions my nursing license in a way that sounded threatening, like you just threatened someone else. He then brought up my grape by Aidan and states, you and I both know you weren't S8 by Aidan. He proceeds to threaten me and say, don't make me accelerate. It's not going to be good for you. This post from him shows that he stalks each and every move I make, every word I say, everything. I have him blocked and have made it very clear that I want him to leave me alone and that I'm terrified of him, but he doesn't stop. He can't follow me because I have him blocked. So this means he either has another fake account that he uses to follow me, or he looks at my profile every day, all day, and watches all of my posts and replies to posts. You don't need that. When I need some easy content, I'll just go look at Wendy Murphy, Grand, Masshole Mafia, Twisted Tragedies. There's always something. You don't have to sit there every day. He continues to repeatedly tag me, as you can see in the other post as well, and threatens to reveal more lies. If you have him blocked, he can't tag you. You won't be notified. And embarrassing information about me simply because I defended myself to a disgusting comment. He is trying to prevent me from speaking at all. No. You are on social media, you cunt. And it's basically trying to prevent me from talking. Coincidentally, the day before Jason made this post directed at me, Aidan made a YouTube show where he threatened me as well. He and Jason Balls have been doing for months, talks about me again and denies that I was ever raped. He says that the confidential rape report, which he admitted to giving to Jason to post on his behalf, states that the sex was consensual, that I was standing, and that the Medfield police concluded I was not raped. None of these things are said in the police report, mind you. I just read the police report. All of this was said. in the police report. What? Um, but he continues to repeat these lies and incite thousands of people to harass me and accuse me of lying about rape, lying about assault, and conspiring with the MSP and Norfolk County DA's office to set him up. This has caused me extreme anguish, and if what I went through wasn't enough, as if what I continue to go through is not enough, now he has convinced thousands of people that I lied and that he is the victim of all of this. All is going to take, all it's going to take, yeah, no one's going to kill you. You're not that important. In this video, he also said that anyone who had claimed that he's a rapist, he's going to be suing because he's not that kind of guy you just get to fuck over, and warned that he would dispose those who had claimed he raped them. I'm the only person I know of who claimed this, and then used the deposition, not disposition. She can't say deposition, but but she wrote. Yeah, sure. He said that anyone who has said such things should keep an eye out for the mailboxes. Yeah. I am scared to death to even speak of it all now, let alone testify in court. My right to speak, my First Amendment right, my right to report crimes or speak about crimes committed against me is being taken away from me by Jason Boyles and Aidan. No, it's not. You can just not reply to them. Just like Aidan tried to prevent me from testifying in front of the grand jury when he threatened to post private probate documents about my children and eventually did. They are trying to scare me and make me go away and never speak again. I'm scared for my life, Lieutenant Tully. There's no line that haven't been crossed. JB is doing the dirty work for Aidan by posting about me and tagging me and doing this on his behalf, and Aidan is threatening me as well. I fear what will happen next. Nothing. You're getting sued, stupid. Partial transcript, episode 713. Karen Reed, meal of food with justice supporters. Plevin cowers to Phelps and Valentinas. The worst part about all of this is, as I found out, the only thing that can put me in jail is being out on bail. Your bail can be revoked for anything, for any nonsense, without being convicted of anything. They can just revoke your bail. Luckily, I know I'll never be convicted. That's one thing. Sometimes I forget about all these charges because I don't even think about them. I know I'll never be convicted. The question is, how much are we going to expose in the process? How many people are we going to take down when we sue? Not if, but when we sue these people. That hasn't gone away either. There's a civil aspect to this too that's been in the works. I have a Manhattan law firm working behind the scenes on the civil aspect of it. It's not enough to just have these charges thrown out and be exonerated. That's fine. That's going to happen. But I don't get those 60 days back. I don't get back the mental anguish, the trauma, the PTSD, the sleepless night. That doesn't go away. There needs to be justice for that. There needs to be accountability, and there needs to be closure. What does it have to do anything? I noticed that Krusty Panties took down all of her tweets calling me a rapist. Did you guys notice that? They're all gone, and she knows why. You can't just call people rapists. You can't go around throwing that word around. It's called libel when you do that. Now, there are other people who still have those tweets up, lots of them, maybe hundreds of them, with tweets like that. We are keeping a list, and they should look in their mailbox soon because something's coming for them. The general rule of thumb is you don't sue somebody if it's not worth your time, if they don't have money, because even if you win, they can't pay. So what? I don't give a shit. I'm ready to throw money away on this one just to prove a point, just to say you can't lie about me like that. You cannot do that. I'm not going to stand for it. If you want to do that, understand that when you get sued for defamation, you get deposed. There's no way out of it. No Fifth Amendment rights. And if you have ongoing criminal charges involving me, all of that becomes usable in my criminal case too. Just understand I'm not the kind of guy you get to just fuck over, lie about, or make shit up about, spread horrible things. It's all fun and games tweeting away on Twitter saying, I'm going to call him a rapist. I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah. That shit's real cute until it isn't. Until you get that letter in the mail, then it's not cute anymore. People can represent themselves if they want, and they can get a lawyer. Whatever they want to do, that shit isn't going to be so cute then. We'll see, because there will be justice. There will be justice. Just understand that. Anyway, back to the turtle chats.
I like turtles.
I'm sure he's not an angel in the boyfriend department, but he doesn't deserve this. No, everyone, everyone has bad days and good days, but she's not better. Uh, and all of this bullshit that people are harassing me on the twit. Again, she's writing Tully. There are people's online saying I need to be euthanized, that I should be raped with a hot tire iron. That's not nice. People should kidnap my children to provide them a better life. He runs to the police with fake claims and they jump hoops for him, but the victims and witnesses don't receive any help. It's just more of the same whining all over. And these people are so bad. And I take that as threats. Yeah, we don't care because it's not threats. They are allowed to say that. I'm sorry, this is just more and more of the same. Jason Boyle says that I'd say it's time to make a deal after he mocks me because of a motion that I filed to protect my personal information from my cell phone. He also says, also pro tip, when the entire internet is literally focused on you constantly calling yourself a victim, maybe don't publicly file a court document where you refer to yourself as a victim 30 times. I understand why the hell they are not answering this. This is just stupid. Pedophile harassment. Also regarding Jason Boyles. To Lindsay Gattani on August 9, 2024. From Michelle Leranjo. This is a public records request for all reports involving yourself and Aidan Carney from the beginning. There's a spelling mistake. Dear Lindsay, the Medfield Police Department has provided the reports that you requested. However, there are reports that are redacted and are also reports and there are also reports that are exempt under Massachusetts public law. The exemption in your request are listed below. Exemption F. Investigatory exemptions. Ongoing investigation, future investigation, confidentiality. Due to the sensitivity of the reports we provided, we ask you pick the reports requested up in person at the Department of Show Identification. This exemption that requires only the victim's attorney, or victim's advocate can obtain these record lists. Exemption A. This exemption applies where there is a law that either exempts the information from being a public record or that prohibits the information from being released to the public. So it doesn't. So she's basing an ongoing investigation on this part where it says there's an ongoing investigation, but it could also be future investigations or confidentiality. So the reason why she can't get it isn't an ongoing investigation only. It could also be because there are personal informations in there that can't be released. Oh, she's an idiot. Screenshot of babysitter night of grape. Oh, now it gets good. These are the screenshots between me and my babysitter about the grape on October 2023 that you refused to look at or accept today when I met you at the Medfield Police Department. The ones I tried to show you, which you said was not relevant to the investigation because you claimed to have already spoken to the babysitter on the phone, and you alleged that she said that she did not remember me being that drunk that the night of the grape, which was over a year and a half ago. And this is the first time you've spoken to her, and she has babysat for me numerous times over the year and been a good friend of mine for over 10 years. You claimed that this was the only evidence you collected to give to the DA's office to direct you as to whether you should continue to investigate the grape. You claimed that you didn't need to complete the investigations to submit your information to the DA, and that it is the DA's decision to decide what to investigate. In addition, you claim that the babysitter say I wasn't that drunk, who you interviewed 1.5 years later. You just stated that. Again, this is written by the same woman who wrote those 49 pages of legalese. But you neglected to go and retrieve the offender's own statement under oath at least 2 hearings where he claimed that I was very drunk, and on his YouTube show where he claimed that I was very drunk that night. You have not gone to the bar where the part of the sexual assault took place or interviewed the bartender who knew as regular who knew us as I can't read it when it's wrong. Who knew us as regular customers. You have also not asked me any other details about that night, including the fact that there was a couple who interacted with us that night at the bar whose sister I know from high school and was one of my best friends. You don't know this information because you never called me back for more questioning, and even today you rushed me out of the station. I'm not sure why you're not doing a thorough investigation, but there are many more people that should be spoken to about this night. And it's not proper to continue bringing a male officer with you to discuss my grape, as well as making me show you every sexual video between the offender and I with another male officer that night I was asked to go to the station. I sincerely hope that you actually proceed to do a real investigation and call me back to the station to get a reminder of the information that you never got in the first place and still refuse to obtain from me, or get the remainder of the information. Again, if you have videos of you and Aidan on your phone, and you have photos of you and Aidan, there could be an ongoing consent, because it's something that happens more often than not. Every time he is that you take a little snippety snap to remember it, then he could believe there was an ongoing consent to film you. I just know I'm not watching when they show that on the screen. Good girls don't, but Lindsay do. Cops love it when you tell them. It's kind of like when you're stopped by the police and they say license and registration, and you say, "What did I do?" License and registration. I want your superior officer. You know that traffic stop will always end in, "Hey, it's just a warning, just drive off," instead of just, here's my stuff. Partial transcript. Karen Reed case motion to dismiss. Natalie the German shows up at court. All right, let me pull up my twat. Oh, by the way, give Haley Rec a follow if you guys don't know Haley HV Haley Walbrecht. So basically, what Haley does is expose the real story. I showed him the text messages, the whole message. I'm like, here's the whole message. This is bullshit. I don't want to share it on my account because I don't want to turn my account into a drama thing, but I still don't like that this is out there. I gave him the police report from the Medfield police. Basically, she wiretapped me. She has a ring camera in the bedroom and didn't tell me. I said this during my restraining order hearing, and she told me about it later and sent me a video of it. I was shocked, He played it off like, oh, whatever. The real losers here are women who are victims of DV. Why does this look fake? The real losers here are women who are victims of DV, who won't be believed due to the liars like Lindsay, who has gotten 4 men arrested for allegedly hitting her, including her own father, while she was high. The graphic just looked weird. Imagine defending your friend who is pretending to be a rape victim with screenshots of her talking about Roadhead and saying that her fantasy is to be fingered into oblivion at a hotel bar in Norwood. Honestly, this maggot should be banned from using dating apps, and I'm not even kidding. She's dangerous as you can possibly get. She's as dangerous as you can possibly get to men. She has had the last 4 men in her life arrested for assault and battery and then gotten orders on them. Did the same to her dad. Statistically speaking, if you date her, there's a greater than 50% chance you will end up in jail without ever committing a crime. She should not be allowed to use any dating apps without a warning that if you hook up with her, it'll be really fun for a bit. The Roadhead reviews will be solid, but it will end up with you in jail. I wish someone had warned me ahead of time, so now I feel like it's my duty to mankind everywhere to warn them. Stay far away. I'm forgetting to show you This is her when she went back on Tinder. Only a little bit of Photoshop. Oh, there's the pictures. I don't know if it's a real profile. Can we never say the finger word again? We can never, ever, never say the finger word again, because I will be talking about this case, and finger banging in a bar to oblivion will be part of the trial. It's 2:30. I'm happy I stayed up and read this. My voice is shut. Yeah, because yes, Jemima. But now, yes, because she claims she needs money for all of her extra therapy sessions, her therapy sessions will now have to be provided so they can see how much money have she spent on that. She really want to win Ratchet Mania. Yeah, she saw that she was neck and neck, so now she's trying to oh my fucking god, these idiots. It's I don't how can you be this stupid? Give me money. Well, I need to cut it out, and then every time I feel like you owe me some super chats, I can just play it. Give me money. If no, maybe I should. It should be the background sound to this. She put her mental health at issue, so now they get to bring it all in, including diagnosis and treatment. Yeah, and again, this is a civil suit. She's gonna have to talk about all of it, and she didn't write that legal brief. She's not that smart. You can just see when we when we read her own text, her own emails to Brian Tolley, she's trying to legalese it, but she can't. You have Aidan's gives and go. If you use the QR code in the corner, it should be to Aidan's Defense Fund. I don't know if I did cut it correctly, or can I do something? Yeah. Now you can use the QR code for Aidan's Defense Fund. Well, Opal, it's morning your place now, right? I'm up way too late. Who is LG? That's the fake victim. Now we need a baker saying smoothly always be grifting with that music. Yeah. Yes, this is if you, but the QR code should be going to Aidan's Defense Fund as well. I used this when I was his final stop on the whore tour, because I'm the biggest whore. That's how I choose to see it. That's why he chose me. You want to travel? Go to one of the Yanks. They have enough room. I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna half talk Danish. Hey, Karen Cole. I'm gonna be grumpy tomorrow. I'm gonna be honest. That stupid trial, go F yourself. I'm gonna sleep in, and I'm not sure I'm going back. It kept being boring. Yeah, rip baby Clay. Thank you so much, Opal. Yeah, we're all getting going, but I'm gonna get out of here because it's been a long day. I started my first stream 21 and a half hours ago. So hey Brandon, remember yesterday where you asked for a night stream and I gave it to you and you were sleeping in? I'm sending Sue up to you. I don't think 2 times is enough. But all of you, thank you so very much. Please do all the YouTube things that you hate us asking you about. Come back another time where we'll cover something else. Enjoy your evening. I'm going to enjoy my night because it's almost morning in my place. And you Aussies, get to work, you lazy bastards.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100.
100.
Because it is 100%
100%.
correct.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All right, I'm in love.
Go back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no,
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
probably did. Everybody has.
So there